All right, everybody, we are back and we are going to go over that $50,000 grant that should take you approximately 10 minutes to complete. If after watching this video, you have gotten anything of value, I ask that you please like the video because that is helpful for me. I also request that you subscribe to the channel so then you will get notified whenever I go live with these different grants. And I also post the information in my Facebook group to let people know which grant I'm going to talk about each week. And the link to that Facebook group is going to be in the comments, as well as the link to my Instagram account is going to be in there as well. So let's talk about this grant. So the grant is for $50,000. It's geared towards women. However, there is a space that says or underrepresented business owners. So my guess is yes, the preference might be for women. However, if you are a minority or underrepresented in any capacity, I recommend applying because I always tell people the worst thing is that you don't get the money, but why not apply and then get the money versus not applying because you feel as though it's only for women. But me being a lawyer, I read the fine print and it's definitely for more than just women. I will also add though, but there are two items that you have to have, okay? You have to have a business plan. And I'm actually going to post a template and a sample business plan inside of my Facebook group for individuals who might not have one, who want to try to put one together in an attempt to apply for this particular grant. In the comments, click on the link, ask to join, and that document will be in there free of charge for you to have access to. And then you're going to have a pitch deck. Now, your pitch deck is just a high-level summary of why you are requesting these particular funds, because these are going to be coming from investors that are investing in this particular company in order to provide these grants. I am also going to provide you with a sample pitch deck for entrepreneurs that will give you an idea of what that is, what you will need, and then what to look for. I personally do not offer any of these services. I do not write business plans for individuals, nor do I do pitch decks. However, there are some individuals inside of my group that might offer this service. What I recommend, which is what I've recommended in any video, is make sure you do your due diligence on any person that you are going to pay for a service. I cannot vouch for anyone that is inside of my Facebook group. Once I'm able to vet people a little more, I will have certain companies that are going to become verified companies inside of the group, whereas I know that they're legit, number one. And then number two, that they are, in fact, providing the services that they say that they are able to offer. And just be mindful that when you're dealing with the internet, scammers are everywhere, right? And currently the group is at about 4,300. There's absolutely no way that I can say that I have vetted personally 4,300 individuals that are potentially offering some of these services that you are going to need as a small business owner. Any person that I have brought on this channel and interviewed is someone that I would highly recommend working with. I've vetted them. I've had conversations with them. I'm actually going to have a young lady that's going to be coming on in the next couple of weeks, and she's all things business tax. So someone like her, if you need someone to do your business taxes and she offers other services, I would recommend reaching out to her because this is someone that I would trust, and that if I needed these types of services, I would definitely pay her for her particular services. With all of that being said, we're going to get into this video. If you can leave a comment and let me know if you enjoyed the video, if there's other grants that you're interested in, and then also if there's any questions about this particular grant that I might not address in this particular meeting, I will be able to look at the comments, and if it's something that I'm able to answer, I will do that as well. But it also just helps me get an idea of where the channel is and things that I should probably be focusing on that I was not aware that individuals were interested in. With that, let me share my screen with you all, and we are going to get into this particular grant. Okay, so this grant is from StartHer. That is the name of the company. I'm at the direct link for the application. The direct link is peanut, PEANUT hyphen app app.io/StartHer. So that's going to get you to this homepage. You're going to get a little information about the organization and why it was founded. And then also what they're looking for. They're looking for a mission that has an impact on the society or the planet, founders who are underrepresented in the venture capital market, and then companies that are pre-seed. So they're looking for individuals who have not been able to raise funds just yet. And as I said before, although it appears to be geared towards women, they are looking for founders who are underrepresented in the venture capital market. So it's not just women that are underrepresented. There are other individuals that are underrepresented. So if you're not a woman and you're underrepresented, I recommend that you apply for this. So you can apply for funding, mentorship, or strategic networking. We are actually going to be looking to apply for funding. And this is what you're applying for. You're going to apply for the opportunity to pitch to their investment committee. And then these are the individuals that's listed below. And the submissions are accepted on a rolling basis. So it appears that there's not a hard deadline associated with this particular grant, but I always tell people the sooner the better, because you don't want to be at the end of the line and they've run out of funds by the time they get to your particular application. So here, about the organization, it's a microfund investing in women and underrepresented founders of all ages, life stages, ethnicities, and sexual orientations who strive to make a positive impact on society, healthcare, or the environment. And they're writing checks up to $50,000 and will likely be one of your first, meaning that they're looking for individuals who have not received this amount of money in the past. So their investment committee meets every 6 months, and that's when all applications will be considered. So I don't know the 2 dates that they mentioned. It is likely somewhere buried on this website. I would guess that maybe the summer and then the end of the year. But even still, if you miss the first round, they'll look at your application in the next round for the 6 months. This is one that says it takes 7+ minutes. I did skim through this application before posting that it would take about 10 minutes. And based on if you already have your business plan and if you already have your pitch deck, this application should take you approximately 10 minutes to complete. If you don't have those things, then it will take you a little bit longer. But once you get those together, the positive thing about that is anytime you apply for a grant and they're asking you for your business plan or a pitch deck, you'll have it. So this just pretty much gets you prepared for future grants that will likely ask you for some of those things. All right, so your name, I put in money time. Your name obviously is what your particular name is. You can either click OK as with a previous grant that we discussed, or you can actually scroll. They're going to want your email address. Type that in. Pretty simple. Name of your business. Pretty basic there. Stage of business. So either you're in pre-launch, so you're getting your stuff together, you're trying to figure out, how am I going to get funding, when I plan to go to market with whatever it is that I plan to do. Have you already launched? If you've already launched, then obviously you would select that. And then other, I'm not sure what other would be, because either you have your business or you're in pre-launch. Other might be, I just have an idea and I've done absolutely no work to prepare for the pre-launch period. If that's the case, I wouldn't recommend putting as much energy in applying for this particular grant, because I doubt that they're going to give $50,000 to an idea that hasn't even put a business plan together or a budget or any of those things to let them know what you're going to do with this amount of money. Number of employees, I put 1 because it's just myself. Obviously, if you have employees, you will put the number of employees that you have in this particular section. Do you have previous funding? As they said, they are prepared. They prefer individuals who do not have previous funding. So if you check yes, I would say if you had minimal funding, maybe $1,000 or $2,000. However, if you tell them that you've gotten $100,000 in the past, I doubt that they're going to give you $50,000 when there's individuals that have applied or are going to apply that have not received any funding. All right, so this is going to be the meat of this particular application, aside from your business plan and your pitch deck. No more than 500 words. Again, it appears that a lot of individuals are no longer wanting these long, drawn out summaries about your business and why you want this particular money. They want you to get straight to the point because they're probably getting hundreds of applications. So again, brevity is a sign of leadership and making sure that you do have this pitch, because as a business owner, you should be able to communicate with a potential investor about your business in, as I say, an elevator pitch, right? You should be able to communicate in such a short period of time that immediately you catch my attention and I say, yes, I want to invest in this. It shouldn't be 30 minutes into your pitch and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what you're doing. I'm going to give you the funds, because more likely than not, I stopped listening at minute 5. So definitely practice, get this typed up and just ready to copy and paste anywhere. So you don't even have to sit and consistently have to figure out what is it that I want to communicate. The important parts for them is your target audience, how you will monetize, which markets, and then what do you need to prove to get to launch. So it sounds like they are really interested in pre-launch, because they're even asking you here, what do you need to prove to get to launch? And then in a parenthetical, they say, or to grow, meaning that you've already launched. Now for your target audience, target market, this is important. And if you're operating any business and you don't know what your target or who your target market and audience is, it's probably preventing you from getting sales, or it's probably preventing you from capturing the correct audience. Your target audience is going to be descriptive. It's going to be based off of, and it's a lot of different things, but here are a few, right? It's going to be based off of age. It's going to be based off of demographics. It's going to be based off of education, income level. It's going to be all of those things that this core group has that's similar. So when you think about money time, my target audience is going to be male or female, no specific gender, small business, less than $1 million, been in business less than 5 years, age group, it's not a particular age group, but I could definitely say that possibly 25 to 40. But then it could be over that age group or younger, because kids are now starting businesses at 16, 17 years old. That wasn't happening in the past. But no one is coming to my channel, and I'm not marketing to anyone that's a large business, right? Pepsi is not looking for me. Coca-Cola is not looking for me and my little grants that I'm putting on this channel. It's going to be individuals that are startups. Like they're asking for individuals that are pre-launch. So for me, I know who my target audience is, and I wouldn't write a pitch deck or a business plan and ship it off to Pepsi and say, hey, Pepsi, I found this $50,000 grant that I think will be amazing for you. Can you pay me to find you more grants like this? $50,000 is pennies in the bucket for Pepsi. So they are definitely not interested in what I got going on. Now, a small business who hasn't launched, as in my target audience, if I go to male or female and say, hey, I found this $50,000 grant, I find a bunch of these, pay me $20 a month, and I could just send you grants every week, they're probably going to pay me that $20 because they're not going to have to do the work. And then what is your business or business concept? This should be in your executive summary inside of your business plan. That small synopsis, pretty much, once I open your business plan and I read that executive summary, I should know immediately what your business is, what is the concept, and if I'm interested in that particular business. I will also add, and some are aware, so I also teach part-time, and I actually teach small business management, and my students, we do a business plan from start to end, and that is their final exam, is to submit to me a business plan. And in that business plan, they do have their executive summary, they do have their budget, they have their startup costs, they have their target market, they have their competitors, they have their key personnel. All of this is going to have to be inside of your business plan. And if you're the key personnel, you're going to have to be able to communicate to these particular investors, how are you going to be doing all of these things? And the key people don't necessarily have to be employees. It could be you have an attorney, you have an accountant, you have a social media marketing person, you partner with different schools for, particular services. Things like that can be inside of the business plan so they can figure out, how are you going to be all of this business and be able to complete every task associated with your business as a business of one? And then how will you monetize? And this is if you're not already monetizing. Now, if you're offering a product, easy for you to monetize, right? You're going to sell the product. That's how you're going to make the money. But the question there is, how are you going to find these people? And that's where your target audience comes into play. You got to make sure that you're marketing to the right person. Because if somebody markets to me, hey, I opened up a new tanning salon, I'm probably not the right person to be going to the tanning salon, right? So you got to figure out, where is your audience at? What are they doing? What are they interested in? What are they psychologically needing that you're solving? What problem is it that you're going to solve for them? And then if it's not a product, maybe it's a service. Same thing. Where's his target audience? How are you going to make a profit off of that? And then what do you need to either launch or grow? Obviously, they know that you need the funds. As I've said in previous videos, don't tell them that. It could be that you need employees because you're at capacity. You're one person and you're trying to grow this company, and you realize that I can't do the back end. I can't be the secretary. I can't be the marketer. I can't be customer service and the CEO. I need to get a staff in here, and I need to get a staff in here now, right? Or if you haven't launched, it could be the same thing. You recognize where your weaknesses are, and you still need to hire a team in order to launch. Or you need to figure out how you're going to market this particular product. It might even be that you have something that you need to patent, right? You need to get a patent on it. Or you're like, you know what, I really need to get a trademark because this is going to take off and I cannot open myself up to that particular liability. So those are some of the things that you can think through. But again, this is only 500 words. What you're really going to be communicating is going to be in that business plan, and it's going to be in the pitch deck. That is going to allow you to give a more substantive view inside of your business for these particular investors. And that's what they're actually probably going to skim through. They're going to look at your 500 words, but if nothing else, they're going to look at that executive summary, and they're going to look at your startup costs. So they're going to look at the budget and see what you need and what they can help you with if they decide they're going to help you. But also remember that this is a pitch in front of individuals, in front of a committee. So you're not only going to submit your application, If they like you, then the next step is you're going to have to pitch your business and be ready to answer questions. So I highly recommend, if you get selected, you need to find your own committee that's willing to take some time and throw just different questions at you. And that's actually what I do with my students at the end of the year. I will have them, and I'll find some friends that are in the accounting world, in the loan funding world, and I'll set up a panel. They pitch their business plan to us, and we just ask them questions to try to figure out what is it that you're missing and what are things that you need to think about, because some of the students either already have a business or want to start a business. So it's very helpful to make sure that you get that practice in there. So we're going to put something in here. So we're just going to say resources for now, just to get on to the next question. Here's the deck upload. They want the business plan. So tell us why they should be investing in you. And as I said, Facebook group, the link is going to be in the comments. I am going to upload a sample business plan, a template that I found that I felt was very substantive, and it was very detailed. And they even communicated within that business plan what it is you should be putting in each particular section. And again, if you already have a business plan, awesome. If this is something that you know will take you more time, maybe hire someone if you're able to find someone reputable that can help you with this particular process, because you should have a business plan if you're going to be applying for more of these high dollar grants, aside from the $1,000 or the $10,000 grants that I am going to be posting on the channel. Next, this is optional, where we talked about the pitch deck, where you can add a link. For $50,000, I'm going to give them a pitch deck. You know, I know that they're going to say that it's optional. They're probably going to say that it's not going to prevent you from being selected. Me being who I am, I would feel like I wouldn't be selected because I'm asking for $50,000 and I can't even give them these two documents, which is my business plan, the pitch deck, and then the 500 words. I can't do that and then have the potential to gain $50,000 for my business. I don't know if they would pick me. So I will work on that. Again, Facebook group is going to be in the comments. Join the group. I'm going to post that particular document as well, so you can get an idea of what they might be looking for, and you can personalize this particular template for your business. Who are your competitors? Again, this is something that definitely should be in your business plan, to let them know that you've actually researched the market. And that's why they're asking these questions, because if you're starting something and you don't even know who your direct competitors are, that's probably going to be concerning for them. Just like for myself, it's concerning for me if I have students that's telling me that they want to start a particular business and they haven't even looked to see what their competitors are doing. And you don't look at your competitors to mimic, but why recreate the wheel, right? If somebody is out there doing it and they are successful, you need to figure out what is making them successful. Or if there's somebody out there that's doing it and they are not successful, you need to avoid whatever they're doing at all costs in order to ensure that your business is going to be successful. So again, you should always be looking at your competitors. And I know some of us will be like, oh, I don't have no competition. I'm my own competition. No, you're not. We all have competitors and they are out there, and you should know who they are, and you should research them. You should research them before you even launch your business. Because before I started my business that I am no longer operating, I looked at all of my competitors and I got ideas to figure out, how can I make sure that my business is more successful, or at least as successful as my competitors? How much are you raising? This is asking them, how much money are you trying to get? What is the seed money that you are looking for? If you know that you don't need $50,000, don't request $50,000 just to request it. Because if they start looking at your business plan, they're looking at your budget, they're looking at who you say your competitors are, they're looking at your pitch deck, your target market, your price points, they're going to say, you know, you gave us a 3-year projection in your budget, and you only saw yourself making $30,000 by your third year. And you're asking us to give you $50,000 in your first year, which is more than what you even predict that you're going to make in your third year. If you know that your business can get up off the ground with $10,000 or $15,000, only ask for what you need to avoid not getting anything. I don't know if this particular grant allows you to apply multiple times. However, even if it doesn't, there's going to be so many other grants that I'm going to post about anyway. So if right now you only need 15,000, and then, a few months from now, I post another grant and now you need 20, then get that 20. But do not ask for 50 and get that door closed before it's even open, because they can see that you're asking for more than what you actually need. After that, as you see, you're going to submit the application here. Now there's only 11 questions. I think the questions that are going to take you the most time is the 500 words, and then that business plan and that pitch deck if you don't have it. But other than that, your name, email address, how much money you want, all of that is pretty easy and simple to do. Again, as we close out, if you got anything of value and you like the video, please give me a like. 2, please subscribe, because I'm trying to get my subscribers up. And finally, leave me a comment and let me know that you subscribed. Let me know if you want me to post other grants. I am going to be posting a nonprofit video as well, because I know my nonprofits are like, wait, you keep posting all this for the for-profits and nothing for us. I got you covered, I promise. With all of that, I want to say thank you all again for watching my video. If you've already subscribed, thank you for that. If you've liked this video, thank you for that. And I will see you all next time.